4 rounds of boxing, heavyweights.
Here we go with a special heavyweight attraction fight between Irish Mike Wilson and Lightning Joe Rabotte. Joe Rabotte in the white trunks with the red stripes from Atlanta, Georgia, 11-21, 3 knockouts. Calls himself the most beautiful thing in boxing. Never fought amateur. Went right as a pro. He started 0-3. Picked his game up a little bit, lost 5 in a row. He's lost his last 4. Make no doubt about it, he's a tough fighter. 33 years old, standing at 6 feet 3 inches. His opponent, Irish Mike Wilson. His ancestors hail from County Cork, Ireland. He comes from Medford, Oregon, 13,000 miles away. Wilson hasn't fought in 17 months. He started his career 4-0 in 2009, picked up another win in 2010, still undefeated. His opponents have a combined record of 24-29-2, so Wilson fighting some savvy veterans in his first 5 fights. Again, 17 months off in between bouts for this 29-year-old, 3-time U.S. National Amateur Champion. Says he's dropping to cruiserweight gradually after this fight. Could certainly be a force to be reckoned with at cruiserweight. Wants to win a cruiserweight world title like Evander Holyfield, Thomas Adamek, and Marco Huck, and then move up and challenge the big boys. Although this fight at heavyweight, he plans to drop the cruiser. In the black trunks with the green stripes. Rabotte, white trunks with the red stripes. Interesting when he throws that lead punch, he almost drops his right knee to the canvas. He's done that a few times. Be careful about getting caught doing something like that. It's an easy knockdown from there. Rabotte only 3 knockouts and 11 victories. Going all the way from Georgia. And folks, this is a fight you only see on a Jimmy Birchfield card. A fighter from Oregon fighting another guy from Georgia. And clearly he'll do whatever it takes to give the fans the best bout he can, whether it's a local fighter or not. And Rabotte, you see, dancing a little bit for the crowd. He came out dancing the entire way to the ring and certainly trying to put on a show here. A veteran of 32 professional fights against a guy who's only fought 5 times. So clearly Rabotte with more ring experience, especially seeing that Wilson hasn't fought since 2010. Rabotte does have 4 losses in a row. He lost to undefeated Kelvin Price, and he also lost to hometown Jason Estrada, who was 16-4 in Providence. So Rabotte certainly knows what it's like to fight here in another fighter's hometown. Although Wilson's hometown is 13,000 miles away, so this is certainly no one's hometown here. The crowd enjoying a nice heavyweight attraction here. One of the final seconds of round number 1 between the big boys. Two completely different fighters here. Mike Wilson, great amateur fighter, 3-time U.S. national champion. He fought to the end of the 2008 Olympic trials. He was 1 fight away from the 2004 games. Joseph Rabotte, on the other hand, never an amateur fight. While Wilson was off winning all his national amateur champions and almost making it to the Olympics, Rabotte was just fighting professionally and getting paid to do it. He had 32 pro fights. This is his 33rd. And no amateur bouts for the 33-year-old. Mike Wilson has a really interesting background. He signed with Chris Rowland as a manager. Rowland managed him to his first 4 pro fights. Then all of a sudden, Mike Wilson couldn't get a hold of his manager, wondering where he was, and then he finds out, well, his manager was ready to face 28 months incarcerated for money laundering, which really stalled Mike Wilson's career. Now he's back here with Jimmy Birchfield fighting at Twin River Casino, 13,000 miles from home, and ready for round number 2. As you see, both fighters coming out swinging here. Referee calls a stop to the action so the DJ can shut off the music. And Mike Wilson, that first round certainly had some ring rust. Long flight coming all the way from Oregon. Hasn't fought in some time. Now back here in the squared circle. His passion of boxing. RABOTTE almost catches Wilson off guard. Wilson looks like he's in great shape. Again, 201 pounds. Considering and determined to make the drop to cruiserweight. Thinks he can really be a force in the sport down a weight class, and certainly with the shape that he's in, the conditioning he's in, if he can make it down to cruiserweight, he certainly could make a name for himself. There's some good cruiserweights here in New England, and if Wilson does a good job here, I'm sure Jimmy Birchfield will bring him back and challenge some of the cruiserweights in the area. RABOTTE, a showman and a boxer, dances his way to the ring, trying to entertain the fans here. Nickname is Lightning Joe, but self-proclaimed most beautiful thing in boxing. Big punch there by Wilson, and RABOTTE showing the ref and the judges all he hit was gloves. RABOTTE looks like he wants to bang as Wilson hits him with a pretty stiff jab there, coming into the final 40 seconds of round number 2. RABOTTE going to the body again. You see the extension by RABOTTE when he throws that jab. He was very close to touching the canvas with his right knee. I think all it would take is Wilson to catch him off guard, and Wilson could be on his way to knocking down the Atlanta, Georgia native. But hasn't even come close here in the first 2 rounds. That's the end of round number 2. We're scheduled for. We are halfway through this heavyweight special attraction. Mike Wilson, Irish Mike Wilson, his ancestors come from County Cork. He comes from Medford, Oregon.
Edwards brings family and friends together in a warm and friendly atmosphere where every day seems like a holiday. At Edwards, you're not
RABOTTE
just a
from
customer,
Atlanta, Georgia.
you're our friend. Check out Edwards,
33 years
Edwards
old.
Restaurant and Lounge.
And you got to think a guy with a record of 11-20-1
Classic entertainment
certainly has
stores
nothing to
will
lose
also
here
like
in
to
this
thank
fight. He's lost 4 in a row.
New England Ambulance from
Gonna have to let it all hang out in the next 2 rounds. Really want to go out there and take some chances. See if you can catch Irish Mike Wilson off guard. See if you can catch him with that big punch. You know, only 3 knockouts and 11 victories for RABOTTE. Calls himself Lightning Joe. So maybe he doesn't have that big punch. Maybe just self-proclaimed great hand speed. And you see him coming right out with the overhand right to the Mike Wilson side. Throws another one, but Mike Wilson able to slip that pretty easily. And now you hear the corner there for RABOTTE saying he's a cruiserweight, you're a big heavyweight, let's go. Wilson, 3 knockouts and 5 professional wins. Have yet to see that knockout power here from Wilson. Shaking off some ring rust, 17 months in between professional bouts. Amateur champion, 1 fight away from the 2004 Olympic Games. 5 straight wins to start his professional career. And now fighting out here at the Twin River Event Center in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Corner for Mike Wilson saying keep the pressure. Mike has imported Kurt Reeder here in his corner. Kurt from nearby Providence now helping Mike Wilson out. Again, 13,000 miles, a long way to travel for a fight. Mike's entire camp not able to come out here with him. Mike found a pretty good corner there in Reeder. final minute of round number 3 of a scheduled 4 in this heavyweight battle between Irish Mike Wilson, Lightning Joe Rabotte. Rabotte looking to establish that jab. He hasn't been able to really sit down on it and affect Rabotte thus far in the fight. And the guy had 3 knockouts in 5 professional fights. The fan base expected him to come out here and unleash some real big power punches. Again, maybe Wilson just waiting for the opportune moment. And a nice jab there as he backed Rabotte out. And now Lightning Joe trying to bait Wilson in, throwing some more punches. Final 15 seconds of round number 3. Wilson showing no signs here of fatigue as he continues to keep coming forward there on Rabotte and throwing that jab. That's the end of round number 3. Heading into the final 3 minutes of this heavyweight fight. Lightning Joe weighed in at 205 pounds. Mike Wilson, 201 pounds, 4 pounds the lighter. And Wilson content, obviously, to stay at heavyweight, where Mike Wilson obviously wants to move down to cruiserweight.
Tonight's CES is also proud to acknowledge Sinful Ink Tattoo, located on Mineral Spring Avenue in North Providence.
The Rabotte's corner. He's telling him he's got to keep coming forward, and why not take a chance here? Worst that can happen, your record falls to 11-21. Best that can happen, hey, you break that 4-fight losing streak, you beat an undefeated fighter. He's going to have to take a chance, and he's going to have to go for that big blow. Wilson using that long left arm to keep Rabotte out. Referee breaks up the action here in the middle of the ring, and Wilson set to establish that jab again. Finally got it working really well there in the third. Seeing if he can pick it up here in the 4th round again. Both corners telling each fighter to come on and keep coming forward, and certainly don't want to leave anything up to the judges, especially in a close fight. Under 2 minutes to go here in the 4th round. Irish Mike Wilson in the green trim on the black trunks. Lightning Joe Rabotte in the white trunks with the red trim here. And Rabotte going in the serious underdog, but he's hung in there tough with Mike Wilson from bell to bell. Still a minute and a half to go here in round number 4. But Rabotte showing no signs of being whatsoever afraid of going in there with an undefeated Irish Mike Wilson. Both fighters standing at 6 feet 3 inches. Age difference of 4 years, with Rabotte being the elder. Again, 32 pro fights for Lightning Joe, only 5 coming in this for Mike Wilson. So you would think the experience certainly on Rabotte's side, and we'll see if he's using that experience to set up a big shot here in the last 53 seconds. He hasn't been able to land any power punches here in this fight here tonight at Twin River. As we near the final 40 seconds in this heavyweight bout. Corner there for Mike Wilson saying keep it going, and you see it right there. Rabotte really just threw him to the ground. No knockdown credited to either fighter. .18 seconds. Rabotte Going back to the body there on Wilson. There he unleashes the big shot there. And Wilson shakes it off and keeps coming forward. And we're going to go to a decision here in this heavyweight bout between Irish Mike Wilson and Lightning Joseph RABOTTE. RABOTTE lost here in the Ocean State back in March to Jason Estrada. Jason Estrada, of course, went to the 2004 games. Same games where Mike Wilson was only one win away from making it to the Olympics. Standout amateur, to say the least.
I'm the most beautiful thing in boxing, baby. I'm light-skinned, and I'm going in. I gotta thank God, though. Good fight, baby.
And he's here. Joe RABOTTE, self-proclaimed the most beautiful thing in boxing, self-proclaimed Lightning Joe. Loves to put on a show for the crowd and talk to the camera, sending a message back home to all the fans. And just waiting on Bill Carpenter here with the final decision here from the Twin River Event Center in this heavyweight special attraction. And it looks like Bill has a decision. So you know Bill's waiting for the decision. Judges taking their time, tallying up these 4 rounds, making sure that you get the right winner here.
Sports train no matter where they go. And please wish them a big happy anniversary, Joe and Belinda Paolino. Happy anniversary.
Heavyweights Irish Mike Wilson and Lightning Joe RABOTTE took this fight to a decision, and now Bill Carpenter is going to tell us the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of heavyweight action, we go to the judges' scorecards for your official decision. Judge Ed Scungio scores the bout 40-36. Glenn Feldman has it 39-37. Judge Wayne Lima scored the bout even at 38-38. Your winner by majority decision, Irish Mike Wilson.
And the winner by a majority decision, Irish Mike Wilson. You see Lightning Joe RABOTTE not happy with the decision here, expressing his complaints there with the ring officials and the judges. Now going over to request explanation by the commission. As you see him, he's going to go right over there. And security's going to take him back to the locker room. Mike Wilson improves to 6-0 on his career. Joe RABOTTE drops to 11-21. Special heavyweight battle there by Jimmy Birchfield and Rich Cappiello at CES. More to come here from Lincoln, Rhode Island.